Hi everyone, it's Melanie Boylan here from Stomp Social Media Training again. Today I'm going to talk to you about blogging. I expect lots of you have your eyes have just glazed over now. Yeah, I get that a lot. But blogging can actually be massively beneficial to your business as well. Not only does it give you fresh content, and which we were only talking about yesterday, but it's also a way of getting search engine optimization to your website. Another one on that another time. So blogging is long form content. And if you're really not a writer, you may want to consider vlogging using videos instead. But for your blogging, what I would recommend you do is find, 5 or 6 topics that people talk about regularly to you. Whether you're a product or a services-based business, it makes absolutely no odds. As you may have noticed, I've been going live quite a bit recently, and all of my lives have been inspired by conversations that have happened either that day or over the preceding few weeks. And it's my way of answering those questions that just plague people's minds that they never get round to actually asking. But I have actually been asked fairly recently, a couple of times, about blogging. So how long should a blog be? How does a blog work? And how often should you do a blog? Well, my suggestion to you, especially if you're first time blogging, is really to try and really push yourself to 600 words. If you can do more, great. But 600 words would be a good starting point. And for this 600 words, I would highly recommend, you've got a heading, then you've got at least 3 subheadings, and that's roughly every 200 words. And in between each of those headings, I would include maybe 1 or 2 pictures. And you can also put what is referred to as alt tags behind the pictures, which is also another way of getting search engine optimization. When you're creating your blogs, if you can use a keyword that describes what you're doing or how you help people as part of your blog, even better. And that way, as people are doing a search online, your blog will show up using that keyword. Now, that particular keyword should feature in your heading, in the URL, the address of the blog on your website. Also, ideally in the first paragraph, or if you can, even in the first sentence of your first paragraph, and then a few times throughout the blog itself. It may even feature on further subheadings throughout the blog. But it doesn't end there either. That keyword should ideally feature in the meta tag or the metadata at the bottom of the page as well. So I'm sure when you've seen a Google search, you've seen the blue sort of URL that you clicked that takes you to the page. The grey writing underneath is the description of what that page is about. And in that sort of grey writing is where you should have your keyword as well. So really focuses the eye on what the actual topic is going to be about. And it helps you get found in search much, much easier. Now, all of us, we all get mental blocks at times. It does happen. So what I would recommend you do when you are feeling freshly inspired is to have a dedicated sort of notepad with lots of different, maybe different topics that you want to cover. And as the inspiration hits you, you write down a blog heading. Now that blog heading can change, but you then have something to work with. I remember over the Christmas break, I wrote down 6 blog headings, and I do my utmost to do 2 blogs a month. One of them is a social media roundup, and if you want to subscribe, you're welcome to. But also I do a blog that I hope people find beneficial every month on top of that. So start thinking about the type of topics that you can blog about, how you can help people, any problems that you've solved. That's going to be what you can blog about. Oh, that's all for now. But I'd love to hear if you can put in in the chat here, what blog headings really worked for you. If you have blogged before, or if you are inspired by any blog headings, then please put them in the comments below. You never know, it could help somebody else who's racking their brains trying to work out what to write about. Oh, that's all for today. Be back soon.